God is doing the unexpected at CFC, and we're pretty excited about it. As you know, we've been looking for a building for our second site throughout the past year. One that met the necessary criteria and one that would be a smart investment of God's resources. In all that time, though, we've really only found a handful of properties for sale, and none of them were really the right fit.
So then in October, one of the members in our church were looking for a site for a wedding in a more traditional church. And as they were talking, Pastor Dean asked them, well, what church do you go to? So then later he researched CFC and found out we're actually looking for a second site. And then he noticed the last name, Parschauer, and he's like, oh my goodness, I know Bobby's dad, and that there's a whole ministry background and parallel in our past. So he contacted us, and the next day I right away went down to meet Dean, and we had a great connection and talked about things that God had done in the past, and then even about what God could be doing in the city. And so we brought our elders in, and they met with the elders of Chestnut Hill Church, and we talked with them about, they told us about their aging congregation and some of their limitations and their desire to see ministry happening and be revitalized in this part of the city.
So in the past few months, we've spoken with many of the members of their congregation, and they want to see young families growing together in Christ. They want to see children and young adults being developed as leaders. They want to see multi-generational worship and one-on-one discipleship. And they want to see a rekindling of mission movements toward the hurting and the lost. And they want their building to once again be an epicenter of gospel growth. And so we have this really amazing opportunity to build a shared vision to reach Lancaster City. And they are willing to give us the church if we in turn create a chapel space for their congregation.
When we look at this building, we can see it bustling with activity, alive and used for God's purposes. Really a center for community. I can see toddlers running past the front door, being chased by their parents into a bustling 2-level cafe space and into brand new children's classrooms. And we can see people worshiping in a beautiful historic building with the same vibrant music and the same biblically based preaching and teaching and the same rich fellowship.
Our members have told us we can see it too. And some of you have already expressed an interest in being a part of the launch team. And so, for sure, the idea of establishing a presence in the city, it's ignited some excitement. But we know this step is no small thing. Ministry in the city is going to be different than in East Hempfield, and we're preparing for those changes. Also, updating an old building, it's a big deal. And the church has been well maintained, but it's going to require some significant updates. So we're doing our homework and we're moving ahead slowly, asking God to guide our steps. We want our future decisions to reflect Jesus' love for his people. And we want our church to continue to make committed followers of Christ, no matter where we are. So stay tuned for future updates, your prayers, your support, your engagement. It's more important than ever.